Hello, everyone, and welcome into another episode on Minecraft Adventures. I'm your host, Hitman. And today, we're going to work on a villager trading hall, and this is going to probably be a multi-part type of episode where over the next, I'm going to just say maybe 3 episodes, we're going to work on this. Now, as you all have seen in the past, unless you're new here, if this is your first video, then welcome in. But I'm not good with the creative design. I typically follow tutorials. I like to follow one is called Nuvula MC. He does great builds. I've used them in some of them of the past and stuff like that. Some of my previous builds on some servers and stuff like that. Never anything in an actual um, an episode, like a recorded episode like this, or a series. So I looked up his for his trading hall villager trading hall build, and it's pretty big. It's a big thing to do, and without actually having a massive supply of trees, which we absolutely do, um, I don't know if I'm gonna build it. Um, so you know what? Let's do it. Let's go ahead and do it. It's pretty big. It requires a lot of glass, a lot of wood, some cobblestone, which is nothing terrible. Um, but I I just didn't really want to go that expansive on it. So so maybe well, let's just get on into it. Maybe we'll do like a small thing to get a couple of traders going on, and then um nighttime. See what all we got. Because yeah, we will have to go over there and start clearing down trees. And see, and that's something that I don't normally do. I don't like to tear up the landscape. I'd rather have a farm so that way I can make and build whenever I want. But you know what? We may have to do some terraforming. Give me that back. The question though is, where do we build it? Because it will take up a big area. I'm a horrible content creator. I'm just kind of just kind of winging it. Most of this I've been doing in a sense of like just what I know to do, or like I'm still trying to learn a whole lot of stuff. So, but we've got a lot of trees, so let's go. I guess cut down some trees. First of all, where are we gonna put this? Oh, I had a small little tree farm going on over here. Um, let's see. This looks like the area that's probably going to be the most beneficial, so I may have to go through and flatten this. Maybe right here. Maybe let's make a small one starting out. Okay? I'm not ready for the big build. So let's make a big one or a small one starting out. So let's go over here and cut our trees down. I forgot we had that. I don't play this between episodes, so most of what you see is getting ready for the copper age, guys. I know we don't need it, but new drops today at the time of this recording, probably in a few hours, as a matter of fact. Um, so, I may, I kind of am like, maybe I'll forego the building of the, alright. That should keep anything from spawning in on me. I'm kind of debating on whether I'll just forego the building of the trader hall just yet, and do a better planning, because that is something that needs to be planned. And I'm a big procrastinator. Hence, I started looking up information on a villager trading hall this morning. So, like, right before this. This is kind of the reason why I got started late with the recording of this episode, and I was just like, oh, you know, I mean, it's not that big of a deal. Then I'm like, okay. Then I started doom scrolling Facebook, which is a thing I really should not be doing. But I digress, you know. There's more reasons why I probably should do better planning. Okay. Don't see anything down there worth dying over or drowning over. Oh, hey, look, an egg. Alright, so yeah, we could probably use this for something else. But for this time being, though, we'll probably, I did have one commenter, though, comment something about my, my need to keep broken tools. I do not need to keep them. Um, that's probably something I need. That's definitely something I need to work on, is management of the inventory management. Less of these. I only did it. I don't know why. I'm used to keeping like broken tools because I don't have enchantments on them. I don't have. Do I even have a diamond yet? I don't have a diamond. Yeah. Wait. I forgot. I have lava. Trees, that's right. Trees. We were gonna go cut down some trees. Let's do a one of these. Came across a video the other day. Let me hear your thoughts. If you, let's just not do that. How do you keep your items? Like, what's in your first four slots of your toolbar? Let me know in the comments. For me, it's always iron, it's always sword, pickaxe, axe, and then shovel. That's my priority of usage. So that way I can always hit one. Hit. For me, it's always easier to hit one if I need to go back, which honestly, I never do and I forget. So it's kind of like, I guess, me being hypocritical of myself. But yeah, which tools, what's the order of operations for your tools? Let me know. I'd like to hear. Somebody said like, oh yeah, pickaxe first, and then sword, and then shovel, and then something else. I'm like, that's great and all. I mean, sure. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't. It's one of those. If you do it this way, you're a peasant. If you do it this way, you're god tier player. And I don't believe in all that stuff. I believe in playing how you want to play, what makes you feel comfortable in doing. So, like I said, there's no right or wrong way. Some people's like, all you need is an axe and a pickaxe, and I'm like, okay, you're not necessarily wrong. Make sure there's no creepers creeping up behind me. But yeah, I'd like to know. I'd like to know your thoughts on that. Yep, at the time of this recording, though, the new copper age drop will be dropping soon. Kind of excited. It's not that I'm excited about. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I'm glad we finally got some use for copper. Okay, I'm not gonna lie about that. That's, to me, that is, you know, very, very fulfilling. Oh God. Oh God. No. Oh wait. I have a hoe. I have a hoe. Go back. I keep forgetting that to have my hoe with me when I get ready to do the bushes or the leaves. They break faster. Yeah, this may be a gathering episode. And again, I don't typically play offline any more than I absolutely have to. Uh, a lot of it's because of I don't want any. Oh, well, you did that in creative mode. Cause see, I don't even have permissions turned on, which doesn't mean I can't go turn them on and turn them back off. But I digress. Um, again, that kind of to me that kind of goes back to the whole play how you want to play. If you want to play in creative mode, go ahead. I honestly I don't care because I do I would if it's a big project and stuff like that. Like I haven't necessarily done big projects before, like in survival mode. So I'm not gonna lie, on some of my servers I've done in creative mode. I've used like Matica. Um, I'm still trying to. To me, it's not about the building. It's about being able. Oh, how was I gonna put that? It's not about. To me, it's not about building the building as much as or building it as much as it is having it. Um, typically I don't build anything out of endstone if I haven't been to the end. I don't build anything out of something that I don't necessarily do. And a lot of what it is I'm actually creating a mod, like an adventure mode mod where and I'll have a server where um when you join in, it's adventure mode. You start out with you choose your class, whether it be a warrior, a rogue, or a mage. So far, I'm still building on the concept, but so it's all still a work in progress. But the mod will you'll basically be able to choose your class, and then you 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 quest is what you will do. And like when you beat, like for instance, the skeleton king will drop netherite blocks and ingots. So you don't even have to go farm. You never have to go to the nether. There is no farming in this game. Everything is by questing and drops. um so for me, I'll build out of I have to build um the uh the world out of basically in creative mode, because what I'll have to do is I'll have to make all the buildings, the structures and stuff like that. Um so for me it's just like, it's do what you can do to get it done. And that's kind of the way I am about it. It's like, you don't to me it's not that big of a deal if you play in creative mode, as long as you're not affecting the other players and stuff like that. I've said this before. It's like I'm not against creative mode players unless it's like, oh, here I have 20,000 diamonds that I'm flooding into the market, So I'm selling the diamonds, you know, without actually going in and harvesting them and stuff like that. That stuff like that, I'm like, it's kind of unethical, but it is what it is, I guess. But again, I digress throughout all that. That's has probably the moot point and all that stuff. Where I'm trying to get to. Just trying to make conversation to get through this next video. So yeah, let's not anticipate me starting the trading hall today. But let's lay out the area that we want to start it, and then probably the next episode I'll start probably laying the groundwork or the foundation. I'm just doing this because I don't like the terrain generation in Minecraft. Um, how it's like, oh, let's put, this extra little hill right here next to this and then block in the villagers and stuff like that. But what happened here? Maybe I did that. I don't remember. My dude. Interesting. Don't hate on me. You may hear me say that a lot. Uh, so we need 3 block space per villager. Wait, let's go and craft a couple of shovels. And let's go ahead and get us a chest too. And we'll start collecting up items that way if we need it. Because essentially we're going to need a lot of stone or cobblestone. Uh, no, no, no. Make 3 shovels. Um, we're going to need a lot of cobblestone. Wait, did I miss something? Oh, that was it pulled from my inventory. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8. Um, where was I at though? But we know we need a 3 block space per villager. You know, because you need the two walls and then the center in the open. So, where did we say we were going to put it? Where did I say? Right here? Can we do it right here? We'll take down the piece that I'm on right here. Um, Horsey. I don't have a saddle. I don't have any leads. So you're lucky. Or else you'd get tamed. Oh. You're a stubborn one. Mr. Grinch. Alright, you get tamed anyway. But you can still be a free range horse. I mean, I guess I could also do an octagonal shape. I don't know. I mean, this structure that Nuvula has is pretty massive, so I mean it's massive in the sense of it's a large build. I mean, it's probably 30 blocks by 17 or so. Like 30 blocks long. I like it, but it's really basic for the it's really simple for I'm sorry. It's really elaborate for the simple that I have, you know. So, I don't know, I may still just go in and hi. I may still just go in and just do a simple one for now. I don't know because again, the whole point of this was to not create a massive um the whole point of this series was to venture out, not stick around in one place and stay here for the entire series. I didn't want to do that. So. But yeah, the goal is to actually go out and adventure and see what the rest of the world has to offer. I'll probably go village to village and see what that village has and is it worth rebuilding maybe. I don't know, it's just like I said, it's kind of a it's this is kind of a fresh start, me figuring out how I guess how I'm going to play, how to play. I didn't want to do it on a server like I normally do, so I chose to go this route. Nice. Thanks for the memories. Oh, you know what? We'll do it right here. So all this that I've been collecting since I flattened this out, I will I will reuse all of this right here. I do not like to leave um any. I like solid foundations. So I don't want to like, oh, I'll just start building over this and then leave this void underneath it, right? So for now, this is probably what we're going to do today. Because I do have other plans going on, and I do need to get to. I still have to stream today. So for this episode, though, we're just going to keep it simple, and we're planning out where we're going to do it. And I know it may suck if you don't get more content in than what I'm giving you. I do apologize. It's just the fact that I don't play this. I've tried to keep this as pure as possible, so that way I can keep up with my hello sheep. I can keep my the Chill Zone server going. I don't lose interest on it. And for the most part, it's like I said though, I don't want anybody to be like, oh well, he did all this stuff off camera. How do we know he did it? Honestly, I don't really care if people think that, because it just does. Okay, I did. It just kind of comes down to the fact that, you know, you can either believe me or not, because no matter what I tell you, if people don't believe me, then people's not gonna believe me. One night and one more time. I mean, and again, that may have came off a little harsh. It's not like I don't care what the viewers think. I do value everyone's opinion. I just don't want people. I just know how people can be. It's like no matter what you tell some people, it's like they're still going to be like, oh, you know, I still don't believe you because it wasn't on camera. Well, I've got the replay mod playing, so I mean, I guess if I got to do that, I'll go back and be like, oh, here's what I did off screen, you know, and show everybody that this is what I did. So I don't know. All right. So that's pretty much all of that I have. Do I take this down? Hey, look, stone. Wish I had silk touch. Sorry if I was on a soapbox there about that. Like I said, I kind of just get to rambling about some stuff, and the next thing you know, it's whatever's coming out of my mouth is probably whatever's coming out of my mouth. So. Anyway, back to the mod that I was working on. I know that was about 20 minutes ago, if not more. I'm really excited for it. I've been working on it a little bit here and there because we were talking about creative mode and all that stuff. So, but I'm really excited for it. I can't wait to start playing it. I can't wait to put it into play. I'm still a long ways from that though. But the whole idea is you start off into a world, and the world is basically will have multi dimensions that mirror that world. So basically, the overworld it'll have a nether like biome that, um, for instance, uh, it's called the bone depths, I think, or the ossuary depths. Basically, what it is uh, it's a bone dimension that is where the Skeleton King is at. The Skeleton King has summoning lords, and I'll change all these names. I'm just kind of playing around with some placeholder ideas and stuff like that. But the whole point is in that realm you have the Bone King, and you have to unlock the um, the dimension by way of a portal. And when you go to it, there's I'm still trying to work. I'm still working on the plot line right now. There's no real storyline to it, so that's why I'm struggling trying to tell you what it's about. But basically, you'll go to another dimension, and the there's all this. The only thing that's there are bones. Like you'll have um, regular skeletons there. You'll have like the king's army, which is basically um, skeletons that are in um, like iron armor, and then you have the summoners that are in diamond armor, and then the skeleton king is in netherite armor. You can tell them apart not just by the armor, but by their size. They're significant. They're slightly taller than the regular skeletons. I've scaled them up. Um, Also, you'll have wither skeletons that will spawn naturally there. So instead of having one or two, that you normally will come across, you may have 10 or 15. Bone horses or skeleton horses will also spawn there. Um, I also have a spider queen that currently she's spawning in the natural open world like this. So you'll occasionally have to fight her, and um, she lays eggs, and when she lays an egg, it turns into a spiderling. And the spiderlings are they're nasty. They're they're tiny variants of they're like smaller than that chicken over there. And they're hard to hit, and they are fast. They're fast as F boys. Yeah, they're pretty nasty. They're gruesome. So I'm pretty excited about it. Just overall, it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be something that I can really make happen, like make it work. I probably should um, breed some of the breed some villagers so that way I can have some villagers growing up. Um, uh, you know what? Let's do this right quick. But basically, what it is, it's an RPG version of Minecraft in adventure mode. Again, you won't have to go mine for anything. Um, really, guys? All that hard work. Probably should have just left it alone. But yeah, I'm really excited for it. If I ever get it finished, the texturing is going to be the part that really gets me though, because well, texturing is not something that I'm good with. Um, I would rather pay somebody to do my texturing for me than for me to actually do it. Um, but right now, basically, what I'm doing is I'm holding placeholders, um, stuff like that. Placeholders for items and stuff like that. Like last night, I just built the tome. Like there's a class selection block I just built, or modded or coded, if you will. Um, and it's basically what it is. It'll be the altar class. It's a class selection altar is what it is, and the altar will be in the starting point. So when you log into the game, you automatically load into a starting point location. Um, and I will have to make sure that the game points to that location, so that way all all players will load there when they first um, start out, and then once they make their class selection, they'll click on the 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 altar, and the altar will give them a tome. They open up the tome, and it will give them 3 tokens. Each token will denote whether they're a warrior or a mage or a rogue. I want a cleric, because I feel like if people play it as a party, it would work out to their benefits, and that's the intent, is for people to play in a party. So I'll probably end up adding a cleric, somebody that can heal, um, a master of the potions, if you will. Um, and then I wanted races, like where you could choose if you wanted to be a human, an elf, an orc, or a dwarf. Um, but I'm still kind of playing around with that idea. I had it in a data pack, and the data pack just wasn't working out too well. And now that I've jumped into the mod side of it, it's things are kind of working out a little bit better for me, because I think APIs and coding and all that stuff. I think it works better in the mod, because you can actually control what you want using Java, instead of just whatever the data pack coding says to use. So, but I digress. Um, just saying though, it's been a definitely been a learning curve. I initially built a data pack so that way I could do all this without having to do mods, because I didn't want to get off into the coding aspect of it, because I don't know coding, and I still don't. I'm not gonna lie. I use AI. It's definitely been a huge success on me building this. So I mean, I'm not gonna complain. It's a tool. I'm using it. Um, I'm slightly learning, so um, I'm always willing to take anything that will help me get better at it. I'm always willing to take credit for, or take criticism for. Um, take any advice. So, but yeah, not gonna lie, it's definitely been a learning curve, and slow trial and error. But I'm getting there. I can only do so much with AI and coding, so that's where the texturing part is really gonna slow me down and having to do. Why am I coming over? Oh yeah, coming over here for more. We are starting to wrap up on the. We are starting to come up on the hour mark. So. And I didn't even. Grr. You know what? But when I get that built though, and right now I'll probably just be using placeholders, even if it is Minecraft textures. You know, like basically what it is, it's a bookshelf with the book side of it facing all corners or all sides. That's the altar block. I will definitely change it in the future. Probably even make my own block. But oh, I need to go get rid of this stuff. Let me empty out my inventory. I'm going to need glass. So I'll go ahead and leave the glass over here. I will not need this. Uh, hey, look, I had oak logs there the whole time. Oh, did I mention I was excited though? Um, yeah, I'm pretty excited for it. I mean, originally, so all this started from I wanted to originally make a game, right? Um, I wanted to make my own game. One of the content creators I follow is a big advocate of you want to make a game, just go make it. Like, don't matter if it's good or not. It's the whole point is the experience of doing it. And so I'm just kind of been like, okay, you know what? That's great advice, you know. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm 43 years old, and I I like games. Now, this is not me saying that I'm addicted to games, I'm great at games, or anything like that. That's not what I'm saying. It's just like I like games. I think games are very, very, um, very helpful. They're very. Mookie, get out of the way. I think that they're very beneficial to society if applied in the right sense. Now, granted, I probably play a lot more of these games than I should, more than I do adult, but you know, my I have my reasons that I play, and the things that I do, right? Um, Anywho, so not trying to get off into my life story and all that stuff, but um, they I think games are beneficial to people, especially when well, people that have issues like PTSD and stuff like that. I think anything that can take your mind off of reality to an extent where it gives you the peace of mind to express yourself or to just do whatever whatever it takes to bring you to your calm, if you will. So, not saying you have to escape reality, but sometimes you have to your mind has to be taken someplace else before you can finally relax and bring yourself back to zen or calm. And Minecraft has been, and I love Diablo. I love that I love to mindlessly grind and just go out and kill stuff. Right. Um, there's too much in the sense of Call of Duty. I've given it a try. I've tried Apex. I've tried some of those online shooter games that I just don't care for. Um, I like Call of Duty Black Ops. I like the playing against the I like, playing against AI and stuff like that. I guess because it's easy. I don't know. Maybe it is. But, that's my decision on, why I enjoy it and stuff like that. I don't like a game that makes me have to be all that I can be. Let me rephrase that. I don't like a game where I have to think outside the box just to go. I play games to relax, not to test myself of how good I am against other people. The people can. That's their enjoyment they get out of it. That's absolutely fine. Um, but you know, I thought I just killed you. So, but again, I'm not here to criticize people and the reasons why they play games. I can just tell you, I don't like playing games that are that are way out there, in the sense of like I have to go through all kinds of things just just to enjoy it, such as play against other people. You know, did I have fun doing it one time? Yeah, but it's because you have to understand. There was on my YouTube channel there was content of me playing Call of Duty with a friend, and that's because we're both former military. We both enjoyed it because to us it was a secondary way of life, if you will. Like we sat there and we enjoyed it for the most part. We sat there and we talked and we just kind of vibed. It wasn't necessarily competitive any more than competitive had to be. Um, some days it was just like I'm having a horrible day. I'm just here to shoot, and some days it's just like okay, well I'm here and I'm locked in. But I was never great at it. It was more on the sense of um, I had good days and I had bad days, but mostly I had bad days. And I mean by in the way of me playing, not that I was having a bad day. So, but I like to enjoy a nice relaxing game, and that's what honestly I'm sad that it I'm upset that it took me forever to get them to play Minecraft, but I'm glad that he introduced me to Minecraft. He finally got me to play, and I started play. I played around with it on Java, and then he had a Bedrock server, and he had a Bedrock server, and then got me to play a little bit with him. We went and beat the Ender Dragon and all that stuff. Um, and I mean, it was fun. Like, he taught me the basics to the game. Now, granted, it was Bedrock, so it's a little bit different than Java. And then I got back into playing here a while back, and I'm like, I like Java better, and I'm not going to go into the reasons why. We can have this discussion in the comment section if you want, on which is better, and I don't care. I mean, I don't. Java Bedrock's okay, but I'll be honest with you, there's just mechanics in Java that I think I like better, but mostly because of the modding aspect. It's easier to mod if you want to mod and all that stuff, but there again, I also digress. Not the whole point of all this. Um, but yeah, I'm a little upset with myself that it took me forever to get back into Java, and so I it's just been I've put a lot of games down. Like I used to play a lot of 7 Days to Die. I still like the game. I've got a server that I pay for that I haven't even really been on in probably 2 or 3 months. So, but that's there's just games out there that I used to play with other friends that they quit playing. It got to the point where I was the only one playing, so to speak, and I just got tired of it. And so I found if I'm going to play a game that I'm going to play by myself, I might as well find something that I enjoy. And right now, those games are Minecraft. I can play by myself, and then Diablo 4. Those games I can play by myself. Um, and it's just to me that they're fun to play. I've been playing an excessive amount of Minecraft compared to what I should be, or or probably have been, but um, now that the new Diablo season's kicked off, I've been grinding on that, so I'm gonna wrap this episode up. Matter of fact, probably right here, I'm gonna wrap it up right now, and since this is running on an hour, and I don't like to edit, so but yeah, I'll we have an area that we're going to build our trading hall in. And as suggested, it's not all going to be done in one day or one episode because, well, Rome wasn't built in one day. So I'm not going to be like, this is part one of building the trading hall, part two, part three, part four, anything like that. We'll do it day by day. It may not be over the next 4 episodes that we build this, and I just use. Oh, excuse me. Ugh. I'm sorry about that. Ugh. Um, but it's not. It may not be over the next 4 episodes because one episode I may need to go caving. I may need to go find some diamonds or something like that. I don't know. I may need to go farming. I may do some stuff off camera. But that's kind of the reason why I've been starting the episode out in the title screen, is so that way you can see the last time I played. Um, Again, I don't play this off camera for reasons I've already went over it. I'm not gonna go over them again, but I don't play off camera. I try not to. I may load in, load out, or something like that to, oh hey, here's something. But as far as going and playing, it's not like I go and do 4 hours of playing and grinding and stuff like that off camera, because I want, if I experience something, I want you, the viewer, to experience it with me. So, um, and that's what's fun. That's what's fun about a let's play. I don't like the let's plays that are like, oh, let's go play, and then they make they go and play for 6 hours and they give you 30 minutes of content. You all know that I like the long plays. I like giving you unedited content because it's unquestionable. So, um, but yeah, that's just me. That's the way I play. And if you want to, hey, there's pumpkins over here. Is there a beehive right here? There is a beehive right there. So you know what that means. I have a beehive there and I have a beehive over here. So yeah, we have we have some beehive sources, honey sources, stuff like that. But anywho, so that's gonna wrap up today's episode. Thank you all for stopping in with me. If you liked the video, like it. If you dislike it, go ahead and give it a dislike. That's fine. I just appreciate the engagement. Leave a comment in the comment section about anything that you liked or disliked about the video. Something that yeah, heads up or anything like that. Whatever it is, I will gladly respond to it. I respond to all the comments. I try to respond to all the comments in a timely manner. And sometimes I don't get to them for a little bit, because like right now, I mean, this video is going to go up sometime today on Tuesday when the new Copper Age drops. As a matter of fact, by the time I finish this video up, because it's 9:30 in the morning where I'm at right now, I've got to finish this up, and then I got to start streaming, and then after I start streaming sometime tonight, I'll process the video, and then I'll release it. And hopefully by midnight tonight, the video will be out. I do apologize that it's taking so long, but Diablo is coming. Has come into my life, and um it's uh being the star of the show, if you will. Got things I'm doing, but I'm still trying to make sure I get these videos out in a timely manner. Um, so yeah, 1 second. Let's but yeah, we'll get this trading hall up. We'll get it up and going. And interesting. Well, it's not really interesting. I still have some more dirt over here to excavate. And then fill all this in, and then we'll get it going. So let's just go ahead and get the options. Terraforming has began. Alright. No, I didn't want to do that. No, do that. Okay. Anyway, thank you all, and I'll see you guys back in the next video. All right. Bye bye. Maybe.